Do you want to know more about model railroad operations? Why don't you stick around and watch this segment and see how we run the SA37 on my in-scale model railroad, the Lakehurst secondary. Hello everyone, Joe from Central Jersey Conrail in-scale, and welcome back to our operations videos. So this time, July 8th, 1988, we're going to be running the SA37. I got a special situation come up here. My friend Steve, he wants to try running some trains, so we're going to do this op session together. I'm going to run as the conductor, and he is a newly qualified engineer here on the Lakehurst secondary, so he's going to be running our engine for us today. Okay, so before we get started, you can notice it's a little different angle this time. That's because I got my tripod set up on our dolly because we're going to be moving around the layout room, the two of us in here, so I want the camera to be a little mobile. So that's why it's kind of a little different feel for us today. But with all my operations videos, I like going over our comments from last time. First comment's going to be from me. In the editing phase, I noticed that I made two errors in my operations video last time when we were running the SA39. First, when I did my brake test, the conductor asked for a set, and then he read the pressure, and it was incorrect, and I said 80 pounds. I did a 90 pound, was set at 90 pounds, and I did a 20 pound reduction on the brake pipe, so it should have been 70. So that's error number one. Error number two was I've noticed I need to get the train onto the Toms River Industrial before I cancel that existing Form D. So what you should be doing is with your old Form D C101, when you get this, you call up and get Form D C102, pull the train onto the Toms River Industrial, and then we're going to call back and cancel Form D C101. So this way it's more seamless. So I'm going to make sure I don't make that mistake in the future. So the first comment I'm going to go over this time, Sparky107107. First off, Sparky, thanks for watching the video and thanks for commenting. I notice you comment a lot. So this time, Sparky wants to see some trains just run around the layout. So after this operation cycle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run trains. We're going to go out and we're going to rail fan the Lakehurst secondary. And so I'm going to do it a little realistically, and we'll follow the trains across the layout all the way to the end. So once I get done with this session, Sparky, we'll do that for you. My buddy James was asking about the momentum. It seemed like some of my locomotives are sticking and jumping around. Yeah, James, absolutely. It's on my long list of things to do. I want to just sit down when I get everything calmed down here and just go through and tweak all the settings on all my locomotives, because I noticed they're all, some have momentum, some don't, and you know, so that's going to be coming in the future. And you know what, I'm going to do a video on that. We'll do a shop series video showing how to tweak all those settings on those decoders. My buddy Ralph asking for some tight shots. You know what, Ralph? Yeah, I apologize. It just, that session just got a little hectic, and I kind of neglected the camera work. So I'll make sure we get some tight shots from now on. Thanks for watching, buddy. My buddy Mike O'Brien. So Mike O'Brien was asking, you know, he saw the Conrail quality logos out there, and that didn't come till after 1994. Yes, I agree with you 100%. I know we're doing 1988, and you know, I'm kind of cheating a little on the back side and the front side. You know, if something's around 1985, like them GP20s, we're letting them roll with it. You know, 1990, we'll let it slide. But absolutely agree with you with the Conrail quality scheme. I don't want that on the layout. However, this is my excuse. Right now I'm just trying to build my roster up and getting anything I can in Conrail. Once we get our roster built up, we're going to go in the paint shop, we're going to scrub off all the Conrail cues, and we're going to just go back to the old can opener. So yes, I will make those changes, and I'm going to show them to you because we're going to do them in the shop series together. So thanks for watching, Mike. So again, later down in the thread, Sparky asked another question. You always seem to be doing a single train. What if you had to wait for a mainline train to pass or anything? Okay, so we're in DCS dark territory. So that means we're going to be working with Form Ds, which are, for people who don't understand Form Ds, it's the NORAC equivalent of a track warrant. So what's going to happen, Sparky, is if we need to get a train through the main line for some reason or another, we're going to have to contact the crew and get them in the clear, and then we're going to have to cancel their Form D. Once that Form D is canceled, then I can give the mainline train coming through the authority to enter in with the track warrant. Okay, so the next comment, Axe and Rail. You got me, buddy. So this was the can of worms that I didn't want to open up just yet. And if for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, Conrail was asking about buffer cars and placement of hazmat cars. So went on, did some research, and it's a very thorny subject. There's actually a guide put out by the Association of American Railroads that tells you which placement of where cars have to be. And pretty much so until I get all that information figured out and understand it totally, we need to put a buffer car in front of the locomotive. So Conrail, you caught me in a violation there right now, because that car right behind the locomotive was a toluene, and that's a combustible material. So that shouldn't have been right next to the locomotive. So that's pretty much it. But now there is all kinds of other stuff. You guys got to go out there and find this information. I'll post the link up in the comment section of the video. You need to go over and read this yourself, because there is some hazardous materials that you can use as a buffer car, and as long as it's not next to something that's more volatile. So go check it out. I'll put the comments up. My brother from down under, Neil. Yes, I like the beer cars, the beer tank cars. What I'm going to be doing though very shortly is I found some detail kits. So we're going to go in and we're going to take off all the handrails. We're going to put brass handrails and walkways in. We're going to cover that in a shop series. So, and once I get those going, then I'm going to pick up a bunch more beer can cars. IXO Pop. Thanks for commenting. And yeah, I was running a little quick in that last session, so I'm going to be more aware of our speed, and we'll keep it down more to the 25-30 mile an hour mark. I don't know why. I was just trying to get through it. So that's going to cover our comments. Thank you all for watching the video, and thanks for commenting and the likes. I got a lot of positive remarks over the videos. It looks like you guys are loving these ops videos, and let me tell you something, I'm loving making them for you. So let's get to going. Me and Steve are going to get rolling here on the SA-37. So I'm going to move the camera over, and we're going to go over our paperwork and the train, because the train's already queued up over in Browns Yard on the arrival departure track. All right, so here's our train for the day, SA-37. We got U-23 2719 on the point. We got 7 cars that go down to Lakehurst. We're running with 3 hopper cars for Clayton. We got 3 center I-beams to go to Nassau and Lakewood, and we got a gondola to go over to the Naval Weapons Station. Okay, so me and Steve are all set to go. We did our initial air brake test, so and we're all ready. We're going to call our dispatch, and we're going to get our Form D. So the Form D for today, C105, it's 2 C and E of the number 2719, circle line 2, operate in both directions on single track between Browns and Toth. Time effective on our fast clock is going to be 9:11 in the AM, and dispatcher is going to be JD. You're going to stop right under the bridge. So your last car's clear of that turnout. Right about there, that's good. All right, so we're down in Lakehurst. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut off the GON, and we're going to go over and we're going to work the Naval Air Station. So I'm going to set a handbrake on that. I'll set a handbrake on that covered hopper. a sheet here, Steve. I'm going to uncouple. All right, I'm on the ground. 2719. Go ahead and pull forward to the turnout. All right, so I got our train in position. I'm going to go ahead and open the turnout for the Naval Air Station. And 2719, go ahead, let's back up. There you go. All right, about one more car length. Keep on going till you couple. Stop. Couple and connect. All right, so I gotta release a handbrake on all 3 cars. All right, we're gonna go pull ahead all the way down, clear the, actually pull ahead until this car gets clear the turnout. And stop. Good. Alright, go ahead and come on back until the yellow, until I tell you to stop, where the yellow gun is. Alright, one more car length. That's good right there. Alright, that's good right there. Alright, so we're going to set a handbrake. We're going to uncouple. Go ahead, pull forward 2719. Stop. Yeah, I think Steve's a newly qualified engineer. He's got to learn that throttle. All right, go ahead. Let's go back and pick up those 3 cars on the runaround. You know what? Yeah, we got it because I gotta get around front. Okay, so we're gonna couple and connect. And release the handbrake on the first gun, and we're gonna pull forward. Now, what I have Steve do is we're gonna pull this train down, and we're going to stick those cars on the end down here, so you're not hunting on the throttle. Right. Slow it down. And then once you the grades really, they will
down past the turnout.
That's good. Stop. And back it up. All right. Got about 1 car length. And good. Stop. Good couple. Alright, so we're going to couple up here. We're going to release the handbrake on that hopper. And we're going to cut the locomotive off. We got to set a handbrake on this last gondola here. And then we'll cut the locomotive off and send it back around. All right, go ahead, pull forward. Stop there. All right, stop right there. Don't couple up. All right, so got Steve in the position here, so we're gonna get ready to make some maneuvers, but I wanna catch up on my paperwork from our movements. So I need to take my car cards for the empty gon that we dropped over at the air station. I'll put that in the bill box, and I'll pick up the 3 loads that need to go out. I'll stick those in my with my paperwork. All right, and so I also updated my switch list so I know which work is done and which work we haven't done yet. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna take that buffer car off on the end, that covered hopper with the EOT device. We're gonna put that on the runaround so we can pull forward because we got loads to go into Clayton. And we're gonna uncouple, and Steve's gonna pull ahead forward. And we're gonna take our buffer car and we're gonna put it over on the runaround. Good. Stop. All right, reverse. Push it down on the side. Stop. All right, we're gonna set the handbrake. And we're gonna uncouple. Okay, pull forward. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Steve move the engine. We're going to pick up this string and we're going to move it up so we can do Clayton. And we're on, stop. So we're going to couple and connect. And I got to release the handbrake on that last car. All right, now I'm going to have Steve go ahead and start pulling forward, and we're going to move this train up. And the black car gets right about here. Right about. Keep going. And stop. All right, so I'm going to leave those 3 gondolas there. We're going to set the handbrake on the black one. Alright, uncouple, go ahead, pull forward. Go ahead and stop. Alright, so we're going to be working Clayton. Don't forget, so we got 3 cars that got to be weighed. They got their weigh cars on them. And we also got a customer request in the box. Don't forget, Clayton wants all their covered hoppers at the north end of the facility. So got that paperwork in hand. I'm going to go ahead and open the turnout for the main. And 2719, go ahead and bring it back. All right, 1 car length. Either back, good coupling. All right, we're going to couple and connect. And don't forget from last session, we set all the handbrakes on the covered hopper, so we're going to release 3 handbrakes. All right, we're going to uncouple this string, so we're going to uncouple. All right, 2719, go ahead, pull forward. And 1 more car length, and stop there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close the turnout for for Clayton, and we're going to back all the way down. One sec, hold on 1 sec. Okay, go ahead. Slow, slow. Yep, you're good, you're good. Keep going. Keep it rolling. One more car length. Good, couple. Alright. Couple and connect. We're going to release the handbrake. And we're going to push on back. 2719, push on back. 3 car lengths. That's good, right there. So I got them loaded cars in the front, and we got loaded cars in the rear. So I'm going to set 2 handbrakes for the grade. All right, we're going to uncouple. All right, 2719, let's take it forward. All right, Steve, about 1 more car length. Keep going, it's not clear yet. That's good, right there. All right, so I'm gonna have them back into the plant. We're gonna drop these cars in. All right. 2 more car lengths. 1 more car length. And stop. All right, we're gonna set some handbrakes here. I forgot to couple and connect, so there you go. All right, so we're gonna uncouple. All right, Steve, go ahead, let's pull forward. Now 1 more car length, Steve. Ooh, hard couple. Good. All right, couple and connect. We're going to release 2 handbrakes. All right. Now we're going to have 2719. Let's go ahead and start pulling forward. I'll pull it all the way clear to that turnout. Last car. Pass this turnout here. Just roll easy over these I-beams. They're a little tricky sometimes. Okay, so while Steve's pulling the train forward, I'm going to go ahead and turn the EOT device. Good to go. All right, that's good right there. Go ahead, back down. And 1 more car length. Good. All right, we're going to couple and connect. We're going to release the handbrake. All right, so now that we're done working Clayton, I'm going to go ahead and get caught up on our paperwork before we pull forward. So I got the 3 covered hoppers that we dropped, empty, going in the bill box. And I got my 3 loads. So now we got our train back together. We're going to start heading down to Lakewood because we got to go over and do some work in Nassau. That's a good speed right there. Perfect. All right. Pull past the turnout so that the yellow car just past that crack there. All right. Good, stop. All right, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to stop here. I'm going to use the main because we got the railroad to ourselves this morning. There's nobody else out here, so I'm going to go ahead and uncouple. We're going to set the handbrake on the first car because we're on level grade, and then we'll disconnect. We're going to pull the 3 empties out of the Nassau's, and then we got our 3 loads to drop. All right, uncouple. 2719. Go ahead, pull forward. All right, that's good right there. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the turnout so we can get into the Nassau's. All right, 2719, bring it back slow. 2719, one more car length. That's good right there. All right, so we're going to couple and connect. We're going to release one of the handbrake on the lead car. And we're going to pull forward. 2719, pull forward to my mark. That's perfect right there, Steve. I wouldn't move it in. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring it back. That's good right there. All right, so we'll couple and connect. We got to release that handbrake on that lead hopper. And I'm gonna have Steve push it back, clear the turnout. 2719, come on back. One more car length. That's good right there. All right, so we're going to set a handbrake on that lead I-beam car. Uncouple. Go ahead, pull forward. One more car length. That's good right there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to set the handbrake on that lead car. Uncouple, go ahead and pull forward. Hook back up to our train so we can get our paperwork in order. In the meantime, I'm going to line and lock the turnout for the Nassau's in the normal position. And stop there at 2719. I'll go ahead and line and lock the turnout for the main. All right, come on, pull forward. And a little more. Good couple. So we're gonna couple and connect. And we're gonna release the handbrake on that lead. Okay, so we got the delivery done over at the Nassau, so I'm going to go ahead and catch up on my paperwork. I'm going to take these car cards off of our clip here. I'm going to put them in the box for the Nassau's, and I'll pick up the empties, and we'll leave that there. So now we're done with our work order. We're going to go ahead and do our air brake test. Then we'll call dispatch, and we'll get our Form D to take it on home to Brown's Yard. All right, so paperwork's in order. Let's get our air brake test done. So we got 10 cars in our train. We're going to go ahead and charge the train line. Okay, so our brake line is all charged up. So 2719, give me a set. So he's going to go ahead and set the brakes. I'm confirming the pressure. He gave me a 20-pound reduction, so it's down to 70 pounds. And now I'm going to go ahead and inspect all the cars. So I'm going to walk the train and make sure all my brakes are set. Alright, so all the brake shoes were set. 2719, that was a good set. Give me a release. So Steve's going to release our brakes. Brakes are released. I'm going to walk the train and make sure all the brakes are released. Alright, so I walked the train. The brakes are released, so we got a good test. Now I'm going to call dispatch and get our Form D to return home. Alright, so I'm going to get I got my Form D, C106 to CNE, the number 2719, crew of the S837, circle line 2, operate in north direction on single track between Toth and Brown. Time effective is 13:37 in the PM. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, we're already in the clear, we're ready to roll, so I'm going to get them to cancel Form D C105, and time of cancellation on that is going to be 13:38 hours. Dispatcher is Desmond. Alright, so with that, we are all done with our work, and we are ready to proceed home. So we're going to start pulling forward and head on back to Browns. Nice. That's good stuff right there. All right, everyone. So we got the train back to Browns Yard, me and Steve. Time on the fast clock was 14:12 by the time we got back to Browns. So that's a great run. You know what? I'm really pumped. This video is so good, and it's so much more fun to do ops like this when you do it with somebody. And you know what? I'm going to swing the camera right around here. I'm going to let you see that I'm not making this up. There's Steve right there. Say hi, Steve.
Hi, guys.
What do you think? You think you're going to come back?
Maybe.
Maybe?
As long as there's beer.
So Steve did really good. He just learned the layout pretty much today, and I'll tell you, by the end of the session, he really got the knack for that throttle. So I'm very stoked. This was a lot of fun. So this just shows you, when it comes to ops, got to get out there, start interacting with some other people. You know, I've taught you over the last how many sessions together, down here doing the ops by yourself, and you know what, it's a whole nother dynamic. And working in a two-person team made it a lot more fun. I got to play more around with the camera a little for you while Steve was running the locomotive. So so I think everything went really well. The layout ran great. I mean, we had no issues. I think maybe once we had one car just kind of hop off, and that was because the wheels were, I got a couple Fox Valley model wheels that are out of gauge. But otherwise, I'm very, very happy right now. Okay, so you know what? I'm so happy right now. I don't really have much else to say, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse here. So that's all I have for you this time. We'll see you next time with Central Jersey Conrail and Inscale, and thanks for watching.